Performing Ecstasy by 19th century American composer Amy Beach. This song was written in 1891, and Amy Beach wrote both the music and the words. And I thought I would also, even though it's in English, I thought I would also read the poem briefly. And the title is called Ecstasy. I'll let you figure out the reason why it might be called Ecstasy. Only to dream among the fading flowers, only to glide along the tranquil sea. Ah, dearest, dearest, have we not together one long bright day of love, glad and free, only to rest through life in storm and sunshine, safe in thy breast where sorrow dare not fly. Ah, dearest, dearest, thus in sweetest rapture, with thee to live, with thee at last to die.
Boulanger was one of the preeminent composers of the 20th century and one of the most influential in that she taught just about every composer you can think of who lived and worked in the 20th century. Interesting in my reading about her just now, in her practice of teaching, she was willing to take students from any background, including people who were not interested in becoming professional musicians, and would basically meet wherever her students were. She would meet them where they were at and work with them to improve their craft. I wanted to share this quote. She writes, "I cannot provide anyone with inventiveness, nor can I take it away. I can simply provide the liberty to read, to listen, to see, to understand." So, fantastic composer, fantastic teacher. The song that I'm going to perform is in French, so I will do the translation. One. To all weeping souls, to every sin that passes, I open through the breast of the stars my hands full of grace. No sin can live when love has spoken. No soul can die when love has wept. And if love goes astray on the paths over there, its tears will find me and not go astray. Cantique by Nadia Boulanger.
Singing a piece by Nadia Boulanger's sister, her younger sister, Lili Boulanger. Lili sadly passed away when she was 23 years old. But before dying, she won Le Prix de Paris, which was a big composition award in Paris, one of the biggest in the world. She was the first woman to win this award. And with this money, she wrote poetry. It goes like this. The lilacs, which had flowered last year, shall flower again in melancholy beds. Already the splendor peach has strewn the blue sky with its pinks, like a child at Corpus Christi. My heart should die amid these things, for it was amid the orchid's whites and pinks that I had hoped from you, I know not what. My soul dreams secretly upon your lap. Do not reject it. Do not raise up, for fear that, drawing away from you, it might see how frail you are and troubled in its arms. Please enjoy.
A little bit about the composer. She's a really accomplished composer of the early 20th century, and she actually got her education a few miles away from here at the New England Conservatory of Music. She is noted as the first African-American woman to be recognized as a symphonic composer, and the first to have a composition played by a major orchestra. So please enjoy her art song, You're in My Heart to Stay.
With a cry for you each day. Still, there's one thing you should know. You're in my heart, in my heart to stay. No matter where I go, no matter what I do, I want you to know, my dear, that I'm in love with you. Time will never change me. My love will grow as well it may. For as long as you love me, you're in my heart, in my heart to stay.
Good afternoon. My name is Nick Mariani, and together with Jacob, we'll be performing another piece by Florence Price. This one titled "Song to the Dark Virgin." It's a setting of Langston Hughes's poems from a set called "The Weary Blues," and I'll just recite the poetry before singing it today. Would that I were a jewel, a shattered jewel, that all my shining brilliance might fall at thy feet, thou dark one. Would that I were a garment, a shimmering silken garment, that all my folds might wrap about thee, absorb thy body, hold and hide thy body, thou dark one. Would that I were a flame, but one sharp leaping flame to annihilate thy body, thou dark one. Would that I were a jewel, a shattered jewel, that all my shining brilliance might fall at thy feet, thou dark one. Would that I were a garment, a shimmering silken garment, that all my folds might wrap about thy body, absorb thy body, hold and hide thy body, thou dark Would that I were a flame, but one sharp leaping flame to annihilate thy body, thou dark one.
Whenever I introduce this composer, I like to note that if I had a nickel for every American woman composer with the initials LL, I would have 2 nickels. One for Libby Larsen and one for Lori Laitman. which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. So, this piece is titled Men with Small Heads, with poetry by Thomas Looks, who is a Massachusetts native, if I'm not mistaken. I'll recite the poetry in a moment, but to tell you just a little bit about Lori Laitman, she came to vocal composition quite by accident. She was a flutist who got her education at Yale. And fun fact about that, she was in the 3rd class of women admitted to Yale. And in her class, there were approximately 250 women and 1,000 men. So whenever somebody tells you that women in this country have enjoyed equal rights for a really long time, just remember that there's someone alive composing music today who was in the 3rd class of women admitted to Yale. Just sit with that for a minute. Anyway, the text of this poetry goes by really, really quickly, so I'll just read it even though it's in English. Men with small heads and women with small heads were everywhere in my hometown when I was 6. 2 men standing on a corner. Small heads. Small head. A woman leans to look in her mailbox. Then there'd be some normal bodies. Normal heads. Not everyone, in other words, in my hometown had small heads, but many did. Enough that I'd say to my mother, father, "Why does that man have a small head?" I was glad my parents' heads were normal-sized. They were glad I mostly didn't ask why a person with a small head had a small head with an earshot of that person. Apparently, those heads did not appear so small to them. They had my eyes checked first. They took some x-rays of my skull. Did I have migraines? Did I have pinhead fears, dreams? Perhaps it was the angle through the windshield glass. The local doctor leaning over me with his penlight probing my retina. His head was huge, and the hairs on the back of his hands were crossed like swords. Nothing wrong with my eyes or my brain that he could tell. But the heads I swore were small were not. They were just your average heads, circa 1953. Just your average heads in America. Men with Small Heads by Lori Laitman. Men with small heads and women with small heads were everywhere in my hometown when I was 6. 2 men standing on a corner, small heads. Small head, a woman needs to look in her mailbox. Then there'd be some normal bodies, normal heads. Not everyone, in other words, in my hometown had small heads, but many did. Enough that I'd say to my mother, father, "Why does that man have a small head?" I was glad my parents' heads were normal size. They were glad I mostly didn't ask why a person with a small head had a small head with an earshot of that
pictures from this night right before we went out to fish on the ocean. And it was just the most beautiful red, pink, orange sunset. And so I wrote 3 songs about it, and this is the first one. Elements of religious nostalgia for my youth, and just the beautiful visuals. So see if you can see the picture that I saw. Please enjoy. That's right. Can I have that one more time? My sister lounges in the wheelhouse. Legs in the breathe out. And the late sun shines how serene, sweeping sky and sea, with salmon jumping in an anchored silence. Can hear the universe so
Hello, everyone. To close out this wonderful afternoon of song, I will be singing "The Years at the Spring" by Amy Beach. Can I get that first few notes?
The years of the spring and the days of the morn, mornings at 7, the hail slides to build. The years of the spring and the days of the morn, the Lord on the wing, the snails on the floor.
you for
Yes.
playing. There's cookies upstairs. If you feed them, they will come.